Welcome everybody to our April Fierce Leader team call. And I just think that the best way to start this off is by introducing our guest who's joining us. You might recognize a new face on the screen. So we have Taylor Warner with us this evening. Everybody wave hey to Taylor. So Taylor is the market development manager for the Central region. And so he and I have kind of had some communications around different events or different things going on. Some of you have met him at different corporate tours. Some of you met him out at conventions, standing outside the arena. So he's an incredible resource, and he was gracious enough to hop on our call and share some of his time with us. Just kind of talking through some different things that are coming up. I just said, go ahead and share what's on your mind, kind of have at it. So we're going to give the next like 5 to 10 minutes to Taylor, and we're really grateful that he's on. So go ahead, Taylor.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I'm grateful to be on here with you guys. This is fun for me to interact a little bit more face-to-face and have a little bit more insight into, what you guys are doing. This is I'm really kind of living your guys' life right now with the work from home, and so it's different. We've been told to work from home until at least May 1st. So I have a little setup here on my kitchen table, and it's great. But yeah, I'll jump right into it. As Amy mentioned, my name is Taylor Warner, and I'm the market development manager for the Central region. All that means is that I work with Russell Butters, who's the VP of sales, and we kind of identify if there's any needs for the Central region, if there's any promotions that would be great. We track sales and enrollment numbers and just kind of keep an eye on things and really be a resource for you guys, so that you guys can come to us and ask questions and really just be that connection that you have to corporate. It's not feasible for our founding executives to be able to do something like this widespread. And so they've kind of entrusted myself and my other, MDM workers who work with me, coworkers, and we're able to do these a little bit more and be a little bit more involved with you guys. And so I'm happy to be here. I've been working at doTERRA for almost 5 years now. And I truly believe that we are all a part of one of the greatest companies that's out there. Really just the integrity and the heart of our executives. And then that's manifest in all of you as well. And what you guys do to help serve others in your community. I think that's the biggest thing, especially as I've seen, kind of what's going on right now around the world, and knowing that we have such a wonderful distributor force who is willing and wanting to serve others and help in any way that they can. It's wonderful to be a part of something good that makes you feel good. So a couple things that are on my mind that I just want to make sure that you are aware of, so that you could take full advantage of and make sure that you have access to these resources that I truly believe can help you build your business. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is the Leadership Live that's coming up. Let me just insert a quick link and just some information about that in the comments as I continue to talk. And so right now, it's $20. And that is going to be, I promise you, the best investment of your time and money that you can make right now. Typically, leadership, as a lot of you know, is something that we offer to silver and above leaders. And part of that's kind of just a physical space where we're constrained by this physical space, and we can't have tens and thousands of people showing up, and it's a lot more costly. And so this is actually kind of a blessing in disguise that we weren't able to get down to Phoenix, because now we can take these same messages and share them with everyone, tens of thousands of people that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise in person. And so this is a wonderful opportunity to take advantage of getting some great content and hearing some things firsthand that are really going to revolutionize and change the way that you build or that you think about the doTERRA business. And so the setup of it, as I've kind of mentioned in the comments, The first one is this next Monday. So it's at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And there's going to be four different live options. And so they'll be all about two weeks apart, or rather we'll have in the comments I mentioned. So April 13th and then the 17th, and then we'll take a like 2-week break and we'll meet again on April 27th and then May 1st. Each one of those live events plan for roughly 2 hours. That's our goal with each of those. So just so that you guys can kind of manage your time and plan things around that. Each one of those is going to be roughly 2 hours. And then right after that, there's going to be some on-demand breakout sessions that are offered, which is wonderful. And I love this because when you come to the live event, you can only be in one place at once. So now with these on-demand, you can go and click on every single one and go to every single breakout. So you don't have that FOMO anymore. It's not, I love where I'm at, but I wonder what's going on over here as well. You can go and watch all of them, which is wonderful. Also, the other benefit to having this online is that you can go back and rewatch these, and you don't have to take as copious of notes, and you can kind of just internalize it the first time around and then go back and take notes on the things that really impressed you. Something to note is that after May 1st, so the last live session, everything will be available for 60 days. So you'll actually have up until like the beginning of July to go back and watch or rewatch a lot of these on-demand or live options, which is a wonderful opportunity. And there's some fantastic content that you're not going to want to miss out on. So I promise you that this is a great investment of your time, especially while we're all sitting at home now. Not that we're all just sitting at home. I know we all have stuff to do still, but this is a wonderful way to still stay connected and kind of come together and get some great information on how you can continue to build your business. So I do want to talk about an essential oil certification as well. Are there any questions before I move on to that, though? Any questions about the Leadership Live? I'll kind of look through the chats.
Lindsay had a question. Where can we confirm that we are registered?
If you email recognition@doterra.com, recognition or events at doterra.com, you also should receive an email if you registered. If you already registered for the leadership down in Phoenix, that is transferred automatically and you are registered. If you're trying to register now, you should get an email. If you don't see that email and you're kind of just questioning, you could email Recognition. I would say email events at doterra.com though. They'll probably get back to you a little bit quicker.
And I have a question. Is the Dr. Hill thing, it probably can't happen online. Is that kind of done? Is that saving for another time?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. But he's actually one of the live options.
Okay.
And he's actually on the first day. So the first day is all about adaptive. And so it's about some wonderful things. And that's what he was going to talk about that first day, I think on Thursday, like the early morning one. So he'll still get that message out, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be good.
Okay, that's good. Does anybody else have any other questions about Leadership Live? If you think of something as we're going, just throw it in the chat and Taylor will come back to it, okay?
Absolutely. Okay, so the other thing that I just want to make sure that you're aware of and can take advantage of, if you can, is the Essential Oil Certification. Is anyone already signed up and enrolled in this certification course? Several. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. I'm signed up too, and I'm almost 50% of the way through, I think, but it's great. It's great. I think that's where I'm definitely lacking the most is my EO knowledge. I feel like I do a pretty good job with communicating and working with people, but I definitely need to do a little bit better of knowing my essential oils. And so it's helping me out as well. I'm actually kind of ashamed that I don't know more after being here for 5 years, but I'm learning. It's a process. So this essential oil certification, I'll insert a link for that as well. And just some information on that. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to really just, number one, gain knowledge. It's a perfect opportunity for you to gain knowledge and see what's going on. Learn about the introduction of essential oils. Learn about the basic chemistry of essential oils, talking about the importance of testing and not using adulterated oils, and then also the practical use of oils. And then it kind of goes into several of the products that we have and how you could use them practically. So here's a wonderful link. But I think the knowledge is number one. That would be the first reason why you'd want to take this course. Second is the confidence that you're going to gain as you take this course. I think that knowledge is power, and I truly believe that. And I think that the more knowledge you have access to, you're going to be more confident in yourself and in your own abilities, and in your abilities to teach and share this knowledge with other people. And so this is a huge way that you can build your confidence. If you're looking for a little bit of extra confidence or motivation, this is something that's really going to help you. Something that I'd like to do, the price did just recently go up. There was like an early bird special for $49, I think, if you got it before last Friday. If you're to go and purchase it now, it would be $97. However, since you guys are wonderful and you're here with me today, and since Amy invited me on here, I have a little promo code for $20 off. So if you have not taken this or signed up for it yet, here is a promo code that I hope you can use. So it's Taylor, just my first name, Taylor, and then 20. So that'll get you $20 off. So instead of the 97, go ahead and register and enter that promo code, and you will get it for $77. Another little caveat and thing to mention is if you jump on this quick and get it done before June 30th, you're also going to get 50 points added to your account. So really, if you consider the 50 points you're going to get as well, and then with the promo, this is a whole, very in-depth training course that you could get for $27. It's a wonderful platform. It's a teachable platform if you're familiar with that. It's very manageable. I mean, instead of these big 20-minute videos, they're 2, 3, and 4-minute videos where you can really just take little pieces of information at a time and learn at your own pace. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful certification. I hope that you all take advantage of it. Because it really is going to be a huge benefit to you and the knowledge that you have, as well as your confidence. But are there any questions about that? Let's see. So I'm seeing June what? So June 30th. So the very end of June. Good question. If you finish the certification by then, you'll get 50 points added to your account by the end of July. So it might take a month for them to get there, but you'll get them by the end of July. Awesome question. Yep. Perfect. If there's no other questions about that, I do just want to make note and let you guys know kind of what's going on here at corporate. I will let you know that, although there's a lot of chaos out there right now, and if you turn on the radio or the TV, you hear a lot of the bad things that are happening. I can assure you that at doTERRA, we are confident. And we are also secure in where we're at. We have a wonderful relationship with the governor of Utah. And if it came down to it, we know that we would be labeled as an essential business. So rest assured, you will get your products. The people that you work with, they will get their products. We have a wonderful supply chain in place that's exclusive. We have exclusivity contracts with, I think, like 98% of the people we work with, which is wonderful. And it's helping us out a lot right now. And so I do just want to let you all know that, from a corporate perspective, there's a lot of chaos going on right now in the world, but we are doing very well from a sales perspective, enrollment perspective, operational perspective. Our sales for the month of March were up 14% month over month. And we had 16,000 more enrollments than we did the previous month. Some of that is due to Diamond Club, with Diamond Club kicking off, but I think it also shows that people want what we have, especially right now, that you guys have tools and you guys have access to ways that people can improve their health and wellness, and they're looking for it. I saw a wonderful graph or chart the other day with Google Analytics, and it shows the trends, or it showed how many people were typing in and searching work from home over like a 12-month period before March. And then the search, the keyword work from home in March skyrocketed. So there's a lot of people, I'm sure you guys all know someone who might have been laid off or have reduced hours, or even if they haven't, they're just at home now. And so they're looking for more ways to spend their time at home, and what else they can do while they're at home. And so people want what we have. And so it's a wonderful opportunity to show people that we care and not take advantage of the situation, but to really just show them that, you know what, we have something that we believe can help. And so I love that. I love the position that we're in. doTERRA started in a recession. I know that's been, you know, a topic that people have brought up to me as well. And doTERRA started, in 2008 in a recession. So we are fully prepared for this. And now is a wonderful time to reach out and serve people and teach them about oils. So are there any questions? Sorry, I kind of went on a rant there, and that was probably more than 10 minutes. So I apologize, Amy.
It's okay. I thought that was really good. Wasn't that good, guys? That was really helpful and meaningful. There are a couple questions in the chat. They're all like whispering, private messaging to me. Can we ask about lack of supply for certain products? So do you know anything about the lack of supply on certain products, and can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, so as far as like On Guard products, I know Deep Blue, polyphenol was another one. I think
turmeric.
Turmeric as well. I don't know the levels that we're at of each of those. I know that when they come back, they will probably be on a restriction, you know, maybe one per account or one per order kind of thing. But the last I heard is the On Guard supply is steady and stable. And so we shouldn't have any issues of like selling out now, because they do have the restriction, I believe. You know, March, we sold it over 1,000% of the forecast. And so we were just completely depleted, I think, for some time, just because we were 1,000% of the forecasted sales numbers for On Guard. And so I know that we're doing better there. I don't have exact dates or additional information on the Deep Blue, polyphenol, or the turmeric, but I can get that information. I can follow up with you afterwards, Amy, if that's all right.
That'd be great. Yeah, I kind of wonder if it's because it requires probably a different manufacturing to get some of those, that there's an extra step. Do you think that's what complicated those other two?
Yep. Yeah, there's additional steps for sure. And yeah, just it's a longer process. Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions? I see that Heidi put in I think this is a good suggestion. She would love to see a series from the WAs that started with doTERRA in that time, in that 2008 time frame.
Oh, that's a great suggestion. Yeah. That's awesome. I know that we'll hear from several of them for the Leadership Live, and I think our doTERRA Basics tour, which was going to be the spring tour where we were coming to like Chicago and Dallas in the central region. We're doing that online as well now, and you can look forward to that most likely June and July. So we'll have several of them on that. I don't know if they'll be touching on that though, but that's a wonderful suggestion. And I know that we've been doing a lot of Facebook Lives recently, so maybe they'd be willing to jump on those Facebook Lives on the doTERRA business page and kind of talk about that and what that was like, building in 2008. That'd be a wonderful thing. I'll write that down and see if we can have any of them jump on board for that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I think those lives on the business page have been really good. Heidi also says, any suggestions from a promotions perspective for how we can maximize attendance for the online tour?
So promotions, I believe as it might be this week that we actually do set up some kind of promotion to incentivize people to register for that. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'll work with our marketing team on that. I know that they were coming up with something. I don't know what kind of promotion it is, but we do want to incentivize people to sign up for it, obviously. I don't have one that was given to me, like I do the Taylor 20 promo code for the
Come on, Taylor.
I didn't come ready for that one, but yeah, I don't know what our marketing team has planned. They usually do a promo, especially, you know, right up towards the end, just to get people to register, and because this is wonderful information that we want to make sure that everyone has access to. The content is perfect. It's going to be great, especially for right now too. So.
Taylor, do you remember in Milwaukee when there was like an announcement made about a group who would come on a bus from like separate teams all the way to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
So Heidi on this call who's asking you, she was the one who coordinated that bus and made that happen.
Heidi, where's Heidi?
She's a celebrity.
Heidi,
raise your hand, Heidi.
Heidi, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm like, how am I going to get people to come online? I can't rent a bus.
You can't. And you can't rent a movie theater because that would be too many people in close contact. Yeah, or 6 feet. Yeah, sit 2 chairs apart.
Oh my goodness.
Can I ask a quick question? Can we just go back for a second? Taylor, you had mentioned that I understand why the On Guard products are out. I totally get that. But my people who struggle with discomfort are really missing the deep blue polyphenol complex and the turmeric. And so how, you said some of those will have limits when they come back. Will those have limits?
They may or may not. Usually it depends on the batch and how big the batch is that we can create. Sometimes if the batch is big enough, then we won't put a limit. Right now, I would assume those ones wouldn't, just based off of forecasted numbers for those. The On Guard for sure will, just because those are still going to be a popular one. And we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity for those. But the deep blue polyphenol complex or the turmeric capsules probably will not. But again, that just depends upon batch size and, you know, if it passes quality. Quality is a big one as well. It has to pass quality inspection. And if it doesn't pass quality, or if one batch does and another doesn't, that really limits how much we're able to sell. So some of it will depend on that. Yeah.
Okay, one last quick thing. Sorry, Amy. These are questions I'm being asked, and I just
want to
take advantage of this. Taylor, in the 7-8 years I've been doing this, we're removing the On Guard products from my question, but just other products that have been out of stock lately that usually aren't. There's been more products consistently out of stock than there ever have been in my career with doTERRA. And some people are like, is there something happening? I think that's a legitimate question, and I'm not sure how to answer that because I always want to answer in a positive way. So I was wondering if you could help me and my builders and customers understand why lately there's been more of this than in the past.
Yeah, if you want me to be honest, you guys are the problem. You're building too fast. You're enrolling too fast. You got to slow down. No, I'm just kidding. We don't want you to do that at all. But in all truthfulness, yeah, it's a challenge at times to keep up. But what we're doing to resolve that is we have a state-of-the-art brand new fulfillment center that's being built right across the highway from where the corporate headquarters are, and that will resolve a ton of those concerns. We're going to be able to ship and fulfill orders internally instead of doing that through a third party. I think we're using IntegraCore right now, which is a third party. And so we're going to be able to do that on our own terms. We're going to be able to fulfill more orders. I went and toured the facility about a month ago, and it's absolutely astounding. I hope that when people come and do tours at the corporate headquarters for like convention, I hope they take them over there because it is a wonderful facility. It truly is amazing. And so we're doing that to help resolve some of that concern. But I get where you're coming from. But yeah, it is a problem, you know, if we can't keep up. And so that's why we're making necessary changes. And we've built this state-of-the-art new fulfillment center to try and keep up with everything that you guys are doing. So pat yourselves on the back because, you know, you guys have caused this problem because you continue to share, and which is exactly what we want. But yeah, the new fulfillment center will help resolve that, once that's completed.
Awesome. Those are really good questions. So clearly we've all been quarantined too long because they're going off the rails in the chat box. We want Emily Wright's personal cell phone number, and they're asking if their BOGOs have. I don't want you to answer either of those questions. I just we can laugh about them.
Okay, I'll laugh about them. Those are good. I love my job too much. I don't want to make that in jeopardy.
But seriously, sorry, these are the questions I'm getting.
Oh, that's
Convention, April 15th was supposed to be all the announcement. That's like a week away. And there's like crickets, and unless I'm just missing everything. So can you address that for us and tell us what to expect?
Yeah, so concerning convention, I truthfully don't know. And because the decision hasn't been made yet, it's just far enough out that, you know, I know that we've worked with a lot of the hotels up there, and we're working with like Vivint Smart Home as well as the Salt Palace just to work out contracts, I believe. But I don't think that a decision has not been made whether we will or will not have that. We would love to have it, and we're pushing for that. But a decision one way or another has not been made yet. As of right now, it's not canceled, and so plan on it until told otherwise. Yeah. We're hoping we'll get past it.
Will things still go live on the 15th, like hotels and tickets and stuff like that?
They should. Yeah. Yep. I haven't heard that they won't.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
Those are good questions. Guys, I'm not trying to limit. I just know Taylor has a family and there's things going. So I was just trying to be protective of everybody's time. So don't worry. If you have questions, you can
see him if you want. Mary, you want to come over here? Sure. My wife's just kind of like pacing back and forth. You can meet my wife. This is Meredith.
Hi.
Hi.
And there's Holland.
Say hi.
She's got a sweet smile.
Yeah, she's cute. Yep, she'll be 9 months on Saturday, so she's starting to crawl around a little bit.
Awesome.
Actually, a lot of it. She's fast.
Does anybody else have questions for Taylor? All right. Well, can we all give Taylor a big thank you? That was really helpful and nice. Yeah. Round of applause, whatever you want. I know your time is precious. Thank you, Taylor. I think that was really valuable and helpful. So we appreciate your support, the way that you care for our team and for the Central region.
Okay. Let me know if I can help out with anything else.
All right.
Amy, I'll get back to you on the deep blue and the turmeric, and then also the, what was the other one? There's one other one. Or were those
promotion
it?
for, Emily Wright's cell phone number, but I think that was it.
Yeah, if I get approval for that, I'll let you know. Okay, yeah, I'll let you know.
All right, thanks,
Taylor.
Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, so that was really fun. I'm glad that we could do that. So I think we're gonna pop it over to Lindsay King next. Emily says, well, he's a delight. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so Lindsay King and Laura Whipperman are our fellow fierce leaders who are sharing tonight from the things that they're doing, the different tips and ideas. Do you guys remember when they shared about like their oil camp hacks and it like changed our lives forever, right? So we're really lucky to hear from Laura and Lindsay too. Lindsay, why don't you go first?
Okay, am I going first? Can you guys hear me? Okay. I think I want to share my screen. Pretty sure I do. Let me just share. Okay. Let me know with a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen. Yep. Okay. All right. So I was going to show a couple different things. So while before this all started, I had actually gone on and made some business cards. I don't know if you can see my picture of myself up here in the corner. But I made business cards because a lot of my team members prefer to do online or they need incentives to be seen in person. So I wanted something that they could keep on with them that had all of our classes for the entire year. So I built them out into 3 stages. So you can see right over here on the left-hand side, I have 3 kids oil clubs, which have been very popular on our team. I have Back to Basics once a month for them to invite team members to. And then on the flip side, I had the Beyond Basics classes and a theme so they knew what DIY or what we're working on. So then this they could keep in their purses or in their wallets or in their car or on their computer screens or something that was super convenient to them. And I left it, specifically the Beyond Basics, I left it generic enough that it allowed me to change based on whatever the promotion might be for the month, or if I was running, and I happened to find some really good supplies and I'm like, oh, this would go over really well. So I did pick themes based off of Amy and Melissa's calendar that they had for the year, and I kind of tweaked it, gearing it towards what I know my specific people tend to like. So I just wanted to show you that. And I used this particular card, I think I ordered on Amazon. No, I'm sorry, not on Amazon, on Costco, and had them printed for $16 front and back. And I got 500 of them. So then I went and I got a 20% off coupon from Vistaprint. And let me stop sharing my screen for just a second. So then I had, stop sharing. That work? Okay. So then I had punch cards made for my team members. So I was kind of talking about this in the chat with Heidi very briefly. But again, like I said, my people tend to need a motivation to come in person. And they also need things spelled out for them very easily. So I broke it down into 3 things that would make them a business builder without claiming that they're a business builder. So the first one that I had was a punch card for just doing your LRP. So you, on the back, it kind of explains why would you do an LRP. You earn points to redeem for free product. You might get a free product of the month. You get shipping costs back. You get the best exclusive deals and promos, and it's cheaper than wholesale. Or I'm sorry, cheaper than retail and below wholesale cost. So made it super simple, and there's no explanation on here. My name's not on here, so I'm happy to share this graphic with any of you. Like I said, I think I got 500 printed for like $11.99 front and back with my discount code. And it just has a little wellness shipping box on it. And it doesn't say what it's good for, so you can make it whatever it's worth for. So like, hey, you get a free aroma touch, or you get a free sample of your choice or something. So I left it and I personalized it when I sent them the letter with these punch cards. But you can make it whatever you want. I had another one, again, like I said, my goal was to kind of help me get them to be incentivized to do the business with me without saying that they're doing the business. So my next one was Back to Basics Challenge. And some examples that I gave them on the back was attend a class, get aroma technique, read Symphony of the Cells, participate in a monthly live team call, connect with someone for an oil chat, receive a wellness consult. So just super simple things that we do all the time. And again, doesn't say what it's good for when they fill it up. You can personalize and make that whatever you want. And then my last one was share your daily uses. So this was kind of like the part of Emerge when we were looking for referrals. So this is like them making referrals, socially promoting things that they're already doing. I'm not asking them to go above and beyond. So it was like, you can email, text, or post on social media, whatever fits that particular person, but things that you use in your daily routine. What would you use in your house? What do you use with your kids? What do you use what do you pack when you go on a trip? So I have a bunch of sample ideas on there. So I had 4 cards that I sent out, and it was super simple to send these out and say, hey, what are you up to? Just checking, touching base. You want to win some free stuff. Here's how to get punches for things that you're already doing. So I thought that was simple. So my first class ended up being, I got these cards back in February. My first class in March happened to be after everything was shelter in place. So I had, until further notice, we're doing all shelter in place. So let me go back to sharing my screen so you can see what I did. So as you can imagine, all I did was I made a YouTube video. It was about 8 minutes long. You can see it over here on the left-hand side of the screen. And I just did my DIY gifting class about sending gifts to people that you love and you can't see them in person. And then I made, let's see, I'm trying to remember which one it was up here. I think it's this guy. I typed out the upcoming classes that are coming up. And so I just made everything onto one sheet. I made the recipe, or I gave out the recipes of the stuff that I demoed how to make. And that was super simple. I just texted it to anyone who wanted to attend my class and get a free punch on their card. Like I said, super simple on that one. And then the last thing that I have going on was, let me get rid of these so I don't forget. I had posted on our Fierce Oilers page about doing gifts for people for shelter-in-place care packages. And so I thought this would be a super simple way that you could do this with your team members collectively, and they can all say, hey, I'll order a package of On Guard throat lozenges and donate that to the cause, or they can use stuff that they have on hand. So however you guys want to organize this within your team. But I made color-themed care packages based on what I had posted on that post. So there was like a good night's rest, love is in the, or I'm sorry, I love fresh air, I am protected. And so they're all color themed and they all fit in a little satchel. So this I can share, I'll share it onto Fierce Leaders after this call. But I put on this page everything that I put in each of the packets based on the theme. So there's 6 themes. And I color coded them for people who aren't super familiar with the oils so that they knew like, hey, I'm reaching for something orange in that bag. And just a brief way that they would use it. Based on the feedback, a lot of people wanted the emotional boost one, it seemed to be. Then I also made a compilation if you wanted to do like 1 or 2 things from each of those 6 themes, I guess. And then I made a list of everything that I ordered to make that happen. Or I didn't actually order it. I have all these on hand because I'm that kind of person, but I found them so that if you guys wanted to order them, it would make it super easy for you. I didn't order anything. Like I said, if people wanted from your team to say, hey, I have an extra bottle of Balance, I'm happy to donate that, and you guys can do that. That'd be great. And then I have my little recipes that I used here too. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, I think that's all that I had. I know I just threw a lot at you.
There are questions, but before we go, can we just all have a moment of silence for Lindsay right now? Just a moment of silence. It's what I need in my heart and my, have you ever, right? The whole room is going like this right now. So that was amazing. This is her sweet spot. This is her zone of genius. Hallelujah for Lindsay and people like Lindsay. So that was beautiful. Okay, so questions are coming in a little bit. I want to go back to one. Sonia asked, like, how do you punch them when they order? Like, are they coming in person and you're punching them when they order? How are you?
It's honestly, so specifically the ones where they were like sharing their oil routine online or email, basically they were either sending it to me because they're not on social media. And then I was posting it saying, hey, here's something that someone told me that they use their oils for. So then I was still sharing it and they're sharing it with me. So I know that that's happening so they can write it in. But what I encourage them to do is write down notes so that if I said, so tell me about your favorite way that you shared, tell me about it. So like it's kind of on your honor system is how we're doing it, but I am going to then follow up with them and be like, so was this easy? Was this super hard? Was this something you were already doing? I just want them to be able to refer back. Obviously, I can look at my back office and very easily verify the 100 PV punch card ones. That's super easy. But, and I know if they're coming to classes because I told them that they had to RSVP to a class before I would send them the link. So and then there's follow-up questions in there. So it says like, in the video that I posted. It says, tell me what your favorite part is or what you're looking most forward to making. So it's kind of my check of like, did they actually watch it? So.
Perfect. Heidi says, did you mention already who you were sending those to? The current customers, potential customers, the bags?
So the bags right now is like 3 different things. So basically on March Madness for Fierce Oilers, I said, tell me which of those 6 categories you fall into. So someone's going to win one of those bags. And then I had them, as part of their entry, nominate someone who deserves it. And so when I connect with that person to say like, hey, Laura Whipperman, you won a emotional boost care package. You also mentioned Amy Baumitz. What do you think she would like? And then I would send that one out. I did the same thing on my personal page. So in theory, I would have 2 more people that way. And then all the rest of the items, and I have about 40 things here, are being donated. I have quite a few nurses on my team, so they are distributing through their sites.
Amazing. Amazing. Other questions? Besides the fact that Lindsay King is a freaking genius. Sorry. Okay, if there are questions, we'll put them in the chat. Let's go over to Laura Whip, and then we'll come back if things keep rolling in. Thank you, Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. So I want to talk about sampling. So when we went back to basics in January, we realized, I think we can all agree that people love getting samples, right? And I realized that it was a missing puzzle piece, as you said, Amy. You kind of used the metaphor or the simile of a puzzle and missing pieces, and that definitely was a missing piece. But getting people to understand what health concerns are was kind of a stumbling block for me for the last 5 years or so that I've been doing the business. And if I ask people what their health concerns are, some people tell me they don't have any. And I was one of those people when Melissa asked me when she enrolled me, what were my top health concerns? I said, I don't have any. Because my thinking was, if I don't take a medicine for it, if I don't go to the doctor for it, then it's not a health concern. It's just me. It's just my idiosyncrasies or my thing that I have to live with. And so I didn't really understand that we could take simple natural solutions like essential oils and your life can be better even though you don't have a disease. There are things that we can improve on. And one of them was my menopausal symptoms. And so I realized really quickly that I could use essential oils and I could sleep better. And I would have, my restless leg would go away at night and my hot flashes could be minimized and things like that. But I didn't look at them as health concerns. And so I think it was a real paradigm shift for me to understand that about myself, but I wasn't doing a very good job of helping other people understand what a health concern is. So Melissa, when you suggested that we ask people, instead of saying, what are your top 3 health concerns, asking people, if you could wake up differently tomorrow morning, what 1 or 2 things would you change? And that instantly opened the door. People became extremely vulnerable and transparent with me when we started sampling again. And I asked them the question that way. I got all sorts of information from people. So then I had to learn how to dial it down and filter it a bit more. So the next part is just going to be hindsight for me. And maybe it'll help you out when you're sampling people. And that is, sometimes I would ask people, what 1 or 2 physical things, if you could wake up tomorrow morning, would be different? Because I think we could agree that sometimes it's easier to address a physical health issue than it is an emotional one when people are just starting out. So I learned how to ask the question that way. And then sometimes I would intentionally say, okay, and now about how emotionally, if you could wake up feeling differently, what 1 or 2 things would you change? And it was just simply amazing, the answers that I got. And then one more way to dial this down and really zoom in is to offer people the samples that line up with what their health concerns are or what they say they want to have different in their lives. Match it up to oils that come in the top 10 oils kit. Or I really love the brand new kit that came out in March that has adaptive, because that seemed to come up really often for people lately. Stress and anxiety are pretty high in a lot of households right now. So there's that kit. And so if you can focus in on oils that are in those most popular kits when you're giving your samples, then those people are going to have a great experience with that oil. And then when you show them the kit, they're like, yeah, that's the one I tried. Yeah, that's the one you gave me. I want that kit. And so that's what I've learned in the last couple of months about sampling.
Thanks, Laura Whip. That was really good.
And my daughter, Lindsay, you do need to move back to Wisconsin so we can do this better together, because sometimes it's hard having distance. So don't you all agree that she should move back closer to us? Yeah.
Obviously. It's so hard to have California all the way out there. Please bring all this goodness back to us. Okay. Okay, thank you, Laura and Lindsay, for sharing. Okay, guys, I know 8:47. Can we have a couple more minutes? Can you just hang with me? I'm going to share my screen. We're going to roll through a couple more things. Nothing as amazing as what has just transpired, I rest assured. All right, so I will share my screen, and let's do this. Okay, so a couple visuals for you on this. So the update, 18 new members, right, from March, 982 Fierce Oilers. I think that's awesome. I love that. What's happening this month? A lot. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so let's start with this. April online classes. So I sent this Google Doc over to, I think it's only gone out in a text, but let's see, let's get this loaded up. All right, can you guys see this okay? Okay, so per a conversation with my mom, where she was like, I just don't know where to find the links for everything, and it's very honestly confusing for me. She and I worked to compile the links in one place, because to me it makes perfect sense because I'm running them and they're all on my Zoom. So we filled in a gap here, I'm hoping. And so you can see, so let's talk about April. 4 essential oil made easy classes. Okay, so they're kind of in pairs, the 9th and the 14th, and the 27th and 29th. We have like a 1 p.m. option for those moms who have napping kids, and an 8 p.m. option for the after bedtime. The links are all right there. We're doing these. Every call that you see here, I know, is a 30-minute call. That is what it is, okay? Life is just, that's like the cadence of life right now, okay? So those are great. We'll go back to those in a minute. Continuing education series. This is something where it's like, this is usually just for our customers, but in light of everything that's going on, this is open to everyone this month. So there's a Facebook event right here. The link is right here. You can pull it up. You can see it all in one place. And then it's every Saturday morning in April from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we already did oils for every age. We had 20 people on and they had so much fun. We signed off that call exactly at 10 and it was like perfect. It was like how it went. Not our delivery, like just putting everyone together and having that space. I couldn't have, it was just wonderful. Okay. So we still have stress, sleep, and emotions this coming Saturday, then toxic free living, and then essential oils for pain management. Okay. These are all, everything I'm going through is open to your people, all right? Our monthly education call, that's standing, that's still going on. Love that. It's Green Your Cleaning Routine, okay? It's the 20th at 8 p.m. There's your link. And then, look at this, inviting outlines, okay? So you can pull this up. You can get some fresh ideas for things that you might want to say. You can pull up your customer list that you should have, or potential customer list or names list, and get after it. So these first 3 outlines here, not me, 100% my mom. I don't take any credit for these, okay? This is what she's been sending out for the Essential Oil Made Easy, having great response, okay? So there's that for you. And then the continuing education, how you can invite to that, all right? So take advantage of these. We talked about back to basics, about different things you can do and how you can use things that are already going on. If you feel like you're at capacity or you have a lot going on, you can use these things, all right? So I need to put the link in the chat box, but that's going to have to happen. It'll go up with the recording. Sorry, can we all be friends? I blew that. It's hard to share your screen and get that in there. That's what I've decided. Okay, so let's talk about customer care. The quarantine blends. Who saw my post in Fierce Leaders about those? Okay, so we've got Staycation, Abundance, and Happy Heart. So I have been reaching out to my customers with a text that just says, hey, you know, how are things going? I'm thinking of you. I just want to thank you for being a customer. And, you know, these are my 3 quarantine survival blends. Shoot me back which one makes you smile, and I'll drop it in the mail. Or we've been delivering them onto doorsteps. Okay, I cannot tell you, I spent like 3 straight hours the other day going back and forth with my customers. This is how I'm doing. This is what's going on. Yes. Okay, great. Here's a picture of my oils. Let you help me with those. Oh, continuing education series. Love to hear about it. Like steady contact with my customers. They're like, wow, that is so great. I love that idea. This is a really great time to be reaching out and connecting with them. So we have the links to those labels. If you need to get your hands on them, let us know. And again, you can do your own thing. It doesn't have to be fancy, but I just think the personal touch, being like, I know life is crazy. I'm here for you, and showing up in that way, the response has really been off the charts. Gary has had his butt glued to our dining room table doing PayPal shipping. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, it's like, we are showing up and we're going to serve those people. And it's been a really positive response. Okay. I wanted to say thank you to all of you for helping make it a good March Madness. We have a couple days left, and then we'll announce the winners. I'm going to resend you all the Google Doc link, and there's a column in it to put your winner, and I'll announce it in one post, and we'll kind of celebrate that together. I think it's been awesome. Thank you for helping pull that off. Leadership Live you saw about. Go register. Get it done. Mer had a great idea. Gift a registration to somebody. I thought that was a really good idea, okay? Okay, I just thought somebody posted something about this, and I've been thinking about this, so just hang with me here. Okay, so things that we can't do right now. We can't meet with people in person, okay? But things that we can do. Online classes, online one-on-ones, online follow-up appointments, online customer care appointments, talking on the phone, personal development, training, mentor and coaching calls, contacting new people, sending out samples, and more. So I realize, if you saw my recent post, you realize that I am very aware that this is a very tender and unique time. It is emotionally complex. It is charged. It is complex. It is different for each one of us. It is different for each one of our customers. There is no way around that. But I also know that the fierce leaders that I know are very committed to showing up for their customers and to continue to care for people. And if you can't feel what's going on, like in your own vibe, like look at what's happening with On Guard sales and enrollment, and remember the things that Taylor said about what doTERRA is doing. So continue to show up. There are so many ways that you can show up. Don't feel trapped. Don't feel stuck. Reach out, plug in. Don't feel isolated, okay? And then one last thing. Guys, I think this is really cool. Look at what's coming your way. If you had a leadership ticket, hopefully you got an email about this from doTERRA. There's a new app. Okay, so I did a video of my screen. So it's the Shop app. Our lives are about to look. You pull it up, see single oils, blends, look it up by body system and purpose. Down here, I'll click on that respiratory system. So it's going to pull up top products. It's going to scroll through that, breathe, peppermint. See what this is amazing. You can click right into your loyalty rewards orders. You can edit them right there. So like from your phone, an app from your phone, you're going to be able to do all this. You can go into your account profile. So they're like testing this for 2 weeks. Like it was limited to the first 5,000. I think, I don't know if you can still grab it. But this is a very wonderful thing. Can we all agree to that? I hope we can all agree to that, because I'm very excited about it. Okay. Did anybody else go and grab that app? I think it's going to be free, Lisa. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm very excited about it. Check your promotions folder if you register for leadership and you missed it, okay? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? That was a lot of really good information. I hope you feel connected into our community. I hope you feel like a little bit freshened up. I hope maybe for an hour you kind of like, for good or for bad, forgot about some of the things that are going on and entered a different brain space. All right. We're a team, we're a community, we're here together. All right. So let's keep showing up in the ways that we can. Let's support one another and keep putting your oils on all the time. On the back of your neck, on your foreheads, use them for your emotions. Oil up, my friends, oil up, okay? All right, we'll see you guys.